Now, sorry, yeah, there we are. I would say that the majority of us have, I would say that the majority of us, all, if we don't already do this, then certainly we'll do most of it. However, it's always good at this time of year to have another look at Christmas retailing, because Christmas comes but once a year, thankfully for most of us, and sometimes on the second time round, we forgot to maybe just forgotten those wee touches. So how do at our busiest time of the year, and I'm sure you'll all agree that our catalogues this year are really second to absolutely none.
Yeah, agree with that.
So the early bird does catch the worm. I always remember when we first started with the catalogue, I thought, September, Christmas, really? And thought that I would get a lot of objections from customers. And how wrong was I? Yes, I do find that there are some who will, think too early for Christmas. But the majority of people, I've actually spoken to some people who have almost finished their Christmas shopping. So when I say get a head start from the competition, you really do have to get those catalogues out now. Everybody will buy things like gift tags, money wallets, and cards. Probably because they realize that the cards that they won were Christmas. And if you look in a 4 or 5 week cycle, you're only going to get the catalogue 2, maybe 3 times before Christmas. And we've got such a great array of products. And there's some from our current Christmas catalogue. Some of them we've seen before, but they're back in there because they were popular. So let's go through and see how we're going to maximise those sales. If you want to increase your customer base with blanket drops, it's a good time to do it. Drop catalogues to people who ordered previously, but you crossed off your list. They might only order at Christmas. You can demonstrate the products to the customers. We won't all want to do that, but some of us will. And often, if you can do it in a way that is natural to you, then it doesn't seem as though you're looking for a sale, which of course you are, but it doesn't always appear that way. And you can just deliver the Christmas catalogue with an order form, of course, and your callback. Use the products yourself. Get your Christmas display up early, particularly your lights. Get them up nice and early. Promote them on your social media. Even if all you use is your own timeline. Most of us have a Christmas shop or an ordinary a Facebook shop, but if you don't, at least put them in your own timeline. Leave the catalogues and the products at your workplace. Funnily enough, a girl who works for my daughter, she's just started working with my daughter again. We used to work together at Wendy's previous business. And she asked me for a catalogue today because she had seen some of the bedding that I'd popped up recently in my shop. So she asked me for a catalogue. Ask your customers. If they like your products, ask them if they put a product into their workplace to display. Come to an arrangement with them. What's in it for them? Give them a wee gift. Percentage of the sales. Do it whichever way you want. Family and friends. friends who don't normally take a catalogue from you, ask them. They may not want one regularly, but they may take one on an ad hoc basis. Drop catalogues into shops, businesses, hotels, nursing homes. If you're doing this, remember and get a contact. Preferably one that you might have come in contact with somewhere else, because then it's much simpler and much easier to remember to pick it up, or they remember that you will be collecting it. So try to get a contact in there. You might want to do some fundraising for schools or nurseries, clubs, maybe a coffee morning. Now, we live on the outskirts of a village, and I always feel that it's much simpler than the village, because you do have a local area then. However, in most communities, there are things that go on just in your, even in the likes of Kate lives in the outskirts of a much bigger town, but she's in an area of that town, and she will know that there are what's going on in that area, where she can go, maybe where she wants to do some fundraising. Again, you can put a gift up for a raffle, or you can give them a percentage, but that's a discussion that you need to have. You don't want to give everything away, but you want to be fairly generous. For a sad, now Kate has told us on numerous occasions about sending a WhatsApp broadcast. Why not set a broadcast up that's especially for the Christmas loving customers? Now, I know some of my customers are much more into Christmas than others, so ask their permission, get a WhatsApp, feed them some of the products. It doesn't matter that they get your catalogue. There are so many products in the catalogue and so many on one page that they won't see everything. Choose a product and show them it. And they like being singled out. So when should we start? Well, I said that at the beginning. Now is the best time, because you're not going to see them that terribly often. And a lot of my customers, they'll look through the Christmas catalogue the first time I give them it, but they might not buy. Some of them will say, I'm wanting this, I'm wanting that, and I want it for Christmas. And hopefully they'll say it to me, because if they say, I'm going to get it in November, I then come up with the phrase, just remember, the popular products are often sold directly. And it's not always easy to get that. If you're happy to give them, when you collect the catalogue, you're happy to give them another 4 or 5 order forms, and they can just take a photograph of it and send it through to you in Messenger when you want to order it. I'm fairly pedantic, you see. I order on a Monday before 6. Sometimes it's 7, don't tell my customers that, because I want them to get in touch with me at 6 o'clock. Just in case, I put it through a wee bit earlier. So, that's all I say. Listen, I don't mind, I'll order every day. Just take a photocopy of your order, send it to me on Messenger or WhatsApp, and I'll pick up the whatever when I deliver your order. It's nice and simple. It also saves you making several trips that you don't need to. And it also saves them dating the order form if they're giving you them all together. Sometimes they'll put their own date down. And remember, if you want a 5-week cycle or a 4-week cycle, you get back to the plan. Remember to put in This is the last chance to order. Oh, there we are. This is the last time we'll be around before Christmas. If we miss you, you're going to start call. Let them know. A customer that I've had for, about 8 years now, said to me this week when I collected her book, and I collected on the Thursday night because I missed her on Monday. Oh, is there any point in me giving you the order? Because I'll have missed my order date. And, they don't know that you order it unless you let them know. So remember to let people know what your routine is. If you want to host parties, they need to be organised now. These can be online, or it can be in a home, or it can be in a bowling club, a golf club, or whatever. I know that Mary's done several local parties with a number of organisations. So if you want any more information on that, I'm sure Mary will be more than happy to tell you where she got the contacts, how she got the contacts, and what she did with them. Homes for the elderly, self-contained or not. A lot of people who are in those homes still want to buy their own Christmas presents. They don't want other people to buy for them. So it's worthwhile going, and asking if there is a manager or matron or whatever it is, go and have a chat with them. Field housing is the one that I've dealt with up here. And they usually have a communal or a communal sitting room, which the elderly are delighted to have something on. Every evening suits them. And they're always delighted to have something on at night time. Talk to them. You might want to talk to small local bingo clubs as well. They may have a room, they may want you to do something before or after bingo, something like that. Ladies' Darts Club. My sister was in a darts club for years, and they liked a bit of a social occasion. Because let's face it, the majority of those clubs, that's exactly what they are, social occasions. Community centres, again, community centres might quite like a wee donation. It's not cheap, keeping it going, and it's funded by the local authorities. That often is being cut. So, check out those places. And it also lets you meet people. And if you meet people, that's their home that you can put a catalogue into. Coffee Mornings was my last one. And the extra, not a competition, is singing. You can use it at the online party, a demonstration, coffee morning. You could use it with your customers. You could lug it round with you and pop in. Order. What would you call out? Now, do remember, choose a name or get the children or grandchildren to choose a name for them. Take a note of the name and put it to the one side so that you remember what you've chosen, because it's due maybe a couple of months later before you'll be drawing this. So you want it to be kind of a quote. And get a name and a contact number so that you can get back in touch with them. And do they know anybody that's looking for some extra income? Ask them. They might not, but if you don't ask, they definitely won't know anyone. So we are here to help people make money. That is our role, whether it's for ourselves, i.e. with catalogues, but if we have a team, we're here to help them make money. So at Christmas time, who do you see? importantly, who do our customers see? Because often that's the time that families and friends of theirs who might not see them for a wee while would make a point of getting in touch. I thought about this long and hard before I put in more shops, because with our um, with our high streets at the moment, it's become increasingly apparent that more shops is perhaps not what was happening. And more shops is becoming less shops. But we have a wee town just over half an hour away, and they're all independent in name businesses now. So more shops. I go there for some of my Christmas shopping, not all of it, but if it's a wee independent retailer, 35 minutes away, why do I want to give money to one of the bigger retailers who are in the main pulling the plug in our high streets anyway, for understandable costs? So when I say more shops, have a think about your local area. See who is giving you the service that you're looking for and support them. You've got more deliveries though. So take a bundle of cards, and there's lots of Christmas staff. And what will they do in January? Because some of those shops will only have opened for Christmas. Our grandson was saying tonight that they want to take in extra staff for their Christmas period because they're going to have a pop-up area with concessions in there. So they want someone in there to help with their Christmas turnover. So, look for opportunities. If you need cards and you need shop ads, which you do, mlmprinting.co.uk, but they're also on Facebook, and so easy to get in touch with. If you don't see on their website what you want, ask them. Pauline is very approachable and more than happy to put something together for you. And it's posted out very, very quickly. So go over to this. When socialised more, people are a wee bit, when I say happier here, at that time of the year, they're more likely to listen, but back it up with a card so that they can find you, even if you've lost them. More people are shopping. Cards in a car parks, and even if it's, for example, a grocery store, always park further away. Don't park close to, park further away and do the roll with some cards as you're walking down. You don't have to do loads and loads of them. Some people are happy with doing a card, some people are. Lots of us now practice online, but there are still opportunities out there to deliver cards and shop ads. When you're collecting catalogues, drop a card. I used to put them out when I put the catalogues out, when I delivered the catalogue. And I found that I got the majority of them back. So I decided that it was much, much simpler if all I did was pop it in the letterbox, catalogue out, letterbox, card in letterbox. And always do it when you're doing a blanket job. Christmas cards to all of your customers. Now, if you've got thousands of customers, I do beg on your pardon. However, handwrite them if possible. I tend to put mine out just before Christmas, and I do it deliberately. One, I don't want everybody to think, oh my goodness, I need to give her a Christmas card. No. all I want them to do is remember me in January. But it tends to be maybe, and it's not a slaughter line, ever. But I tend to find that it takes me longer to collect my catalogues because people want to say thank you for your Christmas card or put an order in. And I do find that it really does make a difference in January. Get some labels, again, I'm sure Pauline will be able to help you with that, unless you want to do it yourself. Mine always jams my printer, and I end up with a sticky bit in my printer that I don't want. So I get people to do them for me. Who do you know who wants some part-time work? Really busy, call or text or find me on Facebook. You know, just give them lots of ways they can get in touch with you on your Christmas cards. And you can write a wee note to your friends. You know, you'll notice I'm still looking for people, which means I'm still doing feedback. I always put a letter in with my Christmas cards because lots of people I know with Christmas cards, I don't see them from 1 year into to the next because they're far apart. And when you're enveloped, you know, who's going to handle it? Sorting offices are busy at Christmas time. Maybe not as busy as Royal Mail used to be, but they are still busy. So remember to put it on your mail or any of your hand delivered. Email signature. I've noticed that there's a lot of help when I was there too, but change it. Just change it a wee bit. And if you send e-cards, you can still put a message on it. As I say, look for opportunities. If they're looking for opportunities, they've got this unfailing habit of presenting themselves. Let the customers know well before Christmas that they're looking for people. Now's a good time because it lets people get organised for Christmas time, make some money. If they're joining in December, yes, they'll make some money, but maybe not as much as they want during the Christmas period, which might disappoint them and mean that they won't see the true potential of the business. Let other businesses know that we don't have downtimes. We have a steady flow throughout the year because that's why we teach people how to build customer bases both online and offline, that we can have a steady flow of business throughout the year. Some people, it's seasonal, you know, and I appreciate that lots of people diversify now, and I see that on Facebook, where people who do grass cutting in the drier months, of which they are becoming increasingly few up here, that, you know, they do diversify. I see them advertising for things. But, you know, why not advertise for you? Why not say, well, I've got something that you can do if you want. And donate. I like to give some raffle prizes. I like it to be a wee bit MK product. I always have a label on it with my name, my contact details, and you can do a charity against as well. As I've mentioned, those places that you can do catalogues, then it's easy to do. It's nice to give back, and I know we all do it, but it is nice to give back. And I know that quite a lot of you collect for Cash for Kids and Bernardo's and things like that. I quite like if I can find maybe there's a wee girl who has a cancer locally in East Ayrshire, and they're looking for fundraising. So I quite like if I can maybe do something that's connected to the local area as well. And that way, you feel, I just want to give to the, I don't mean that I should give to the wider community, but I feel because it's such a small area. In fact, somebody said to me a couple of weeks ago, well, East Ayrshire, well, that's where if you keep driving, you fall off the end of the line, don't you? And, you know, it tends to be somewhere that it's kind of on a bump out the side. That's the best way to describe it. It's on a bump out on the side until you come to a lot of water. So it's quite nice to do things in the area. But you all know your area and what you want to do. So what I've done there is 31 minutes, Geoff.